I had this idea, what if you take some easy to find items like cardboard and sand and put them together? Would you be able to make an interesting grungy textured artwork? Well, that's exactly what we'll be trying today, so stick around until the end to see the finished result. Happy New Year to all my subscribers, my lovely patrons and my guests. So, first week of the new year, what are we going to make? When I was making this abstract piece, and I promised myself and you that I'm going to do another abstract and maybe even more, shall we say, complicated? Well, we'll see, because as usually with abstract, it kind of goes to places that I'm not even anticipating at the beginning. So same size of canvas. This is a big canvas. This is 40 by 40. So I thought maybe it's going to be like a diptych, maybe, if I keep it within the color schemes, or maybe not. Because I would like, imagine sort of cracked wall. So we've got one section and then 2 layers on top. First of all, let me sketch where my rib could go. And it doesn't have to be perfect. So my first thought was I could stick some fabric. I do have an old leather coat, but then I thought not everyone will have a leather coat or piece of leather. So I'm going with something that everybody has. Kind of random ripping, yeah. I want it to look ripped, but be a bit thicker because I am getting rid of half of the paper here. So what shall I do? I either rip it very carefully or I cut it. We'll show you my problem. So you see, here we've got a thick edge and I wanted a thick edge. Here, when I rip it, I'm getting a really thin paper, so that's not good enough. That's why I was thinking I have to rethink my process. So just cut it to size. Okay, so something like that. And then this side I can rip because I want it thinner. I hope you understand what's happening here. So now I am making it thinner because I'll be sticking it down. Perfect. And this is what I'm going to use today. Modeling paste. I usually go for super heavy gesso, but for this mid part I'm going to use this. I find it a bit runnier than super heavy gesso. I do like those kind of marks like this. But first, and then I'm going to make textured marks. The only problem is, will I find the edges? Where are the edges? Let me put this baby one here. Like this. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of peeling off a bit. That's good. I'll trim it later. I think I remember I tried it years ago. I tried cardboard as texture. I peeled off one of those corrugated pieces. I have to find that video, but it was so long ago and I'll have to leave it to dry. So repeating the process, something like that. Only the edges here will be covered. And then of course I will protect everything on top. Once this is dry, at the moment I don't want to risk it. I've been using cardboard for years with my students, but not for this particular type of work. We use it a lot. Let me spread the rest. Oh, I know what I wanted. Yes, I want some sand, of course.
I don't like sand.
I bought this, never used it yet, but I know maybe it's not accessible to everyone, so what can we do? We can dig some sand in our garden, sand pit. Lots of us have building sites, so maybe we can do that. This is a fine sand. Very fine. Oh yes, I can feel it now on Oh my goodness. I was about to leave it to dry, and then I remembered that I really want to add 2 or 3 rivets somewhere. I really like them in the previous piece, so what if let's try them out. I wanted some kind of industrial feel to it. Nice. Well stuck. I'm checking the edges because I wanted them a little bit peeling off in a way. The sand is awesome here. I wish I put more, but might be okay. I'm going to put black in here as the base. And I'll try to get underneath my crevices here. I don't know if it's too much or not enough. I want a dark shadow, so that will be a good idea. Also, I am impregnating the edges of the cardboard with paint. What I'm doing now is reinforcing, adding gesso here and getting the gessoed edge on the cardboard. I don't want to cover my lovely sand, by the way. So if it's too smooth, I'm adding a bit more gesso to get it more jagged. I would like some concrete grey. Something different. How about adding this titanium buff? Probably not enough. How about a little bit of yellow ochre? Oh, that's quite a lot. That might give me a very different grey. Yes. Yeah, I can work with this. Okay, let's brush it on like this with water. This is so beautifully dried. Almost concrete. Yeah, this is the right color, I think. Good. So that's my base layer, which I am going to partially remove. All right, that's nice. That's really good. And now this side, kind of similar. I wanted this side a bit lighter. That's our crack. More white. I've got quite a lot of water because I don't want to see any brush marks here. Spray. If you're enjoying the process, it would be fantastic if you could hit the like button and perhaps subscribe to the channel if you haven't so far. It really helps the channel. I think I would like to see some yellow in here, yellow or orange, also yellow deep, and I mixed it with rose portrait. What we are going for, you know, old, rusty, musty, rusty, some burns, you know. That's definitely the color that should be here. Maybe even a little bit of this crazy orange. Oh, look how pretty. See that? Kind of tempted to introduce a little bit of this rustiness to, let's call them the rivets of screws. They might look good with this brown, who knows. And I thought this black and grey would look very good here. Overall, I'm liking it even now, you know. I want maybe to exaggerate a little bit of the texture. Let's leave it alone, and I'm going to focus on adding a little bit of perhaps this color. I want to see a little bit more beige, especially on the parts where the sand is. Is this like a nice sandy color? Okay, yeah, that's fine. Why am I adding this? Because I wanted to emphasize the look of sand. So for this reason, I am going to use a palette knife because I want it on top. It's more sandy color. And maybe on this side as well, a little bit here and there to tie it together. I've got some Naples yellow and rose portrait. I want to lighten some sections here. Okay, I would say these are just final touches now. I still can't believe how well this cardboard worked, honestly. Touch of black around these babies. Okay, I think the colors are right. Maybe I'll add bronze, just for fun. Why am I going to add bronze? Because I was thinking, you know, with the previous painting I've just made, this one. Ta-da, that I so enjoyed that I needed to do another abstract one. All the shiny additions are with bronze. So maybe I'll try to make a matching pair. There's most metal after all, so touch of bronze will probably look good. I don't want it overpowering. Couple of shiny dots, almost unseen. After all, you know, it's a painting. It's not a slab of concrete on the wall. I'm free to add some artistic license here. Okay, officially, yes, I'm done and I like it. I hope you liked it. If you did, please let me know in the comments. It would be awesome if you could hit the subscribe button if you haven't. And if you'd like to see extended versions of my tutorials where I show more of the process, head over to my Patreon. You can also find my original art, including this piece, and many others for sale on my website, abcreativeofficial.com. Thank you so much for watching and see you all next Saturday. Bye bye!